catching up. As spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss from South Korea. Oh, in the right-hand corner of ley lines, it is a creator. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Terran player, the red Terran from land of Poland. It is Spirit. It's catching up. Here we go. We go. No tanks. I mean, well, again, Nickrack's build was just really disrupted. As a reminder, it wasn't just that Nickrack, he lost 10 SCVs early on, it was the fact that he had a delayed third base as well, so his economy was already going to be hurting. It was already a disrupted economy for Nickrack to begin with, so for him to, have to be forced into a late game when he was opening up aggressively was brutal. Well, it's brutal there, but regardless, GG, we're settling in. He's coming a long way and doing super well, 100%. There are some certain key players that have been really impressive throughout 2024. I'm referring to Nickrack, Shameless is another big one, Geralt, Cristiano. Like, there's a lot of these players in Europe that have been really rising through the ranks throughout the course of 2024 and coming into 2025 as well. Been looking really strong, and always see more of them, and we should be seeing more of them in the future as well, as they are all very active players, very active. For now, though, we have our openers. It is going to be an economic opener out of Spirits, going for a Rax Expand. Single Gas Geyser out of our Terran player. Meanwhile, standard opener out of Creator as well. Now, as we settle into this, Creator, he can be aggressive. He's a bit of a gateway man, to be honest. He's very much so enjoys kind of embracing that swarm toss style of mass gateway army. Very often we see Twilight Council play out of Creator as well, but he does like to vary it up from time to time. So we'll see if he does break the mold and at some point incorporate Stargate play or Robo play as well. We'll keep an eye on Creator. Keep an eye on him. For the most part, he does typically play more mid to late game oriented though. Not the most cheesiest of players amongst the Koreans. Like, when I think of more aggressive Protoss players in Korea, I think of Hero, I think of Classic, I think of even Nightmare as well. Creator less so. As there we go, we have our take of choice. It's going to be a Twilight Council opener out of a Creator. Spirit dips in, gets a probe. Does get a probe. Oh, for now going to get cornered though. And can he escape? Nice KDA charge. But last with the shade, the Reaper should fall. And the Scout is going to be denied. I say denied. Checking the vision, Spirit, he did get eyes on the Twilight Council, so he's aware of Blink. He's aware of the Blink-based opener. The question becomes, how many gateways, how aggressive or how economic is Creator going to be? This Blink is on the way. Back at home, Spirit going for his own 1-1-1 setup. So do we wager? The Gamba, papi. No Gamba here in this series. As a reminder, this is a replay cast. This is a replay cast, so because of that, there is no predictions for these matches. These games were played out ahead of time. This Creator is going to be threatening a shade. Does threaten a shade. Extra gateways are on the way. So far, it's going to be a 3. No, never mind. A 4-gate setup. Let's go. 4-gate Blink. It's been a while, I'll be honest. Like, even Max Packs rarely goes 4-gate Blink nowadays. We see a lot of 3-gate play out of him instead. I mean, maybe because Clem is so used to defending against 4-gate Blink, it's possible. But hyper aggression here from Creator. The gateways are on the way, waiting for his Warp Prism. Meanwhile, the Hellion gets a free Scout. Spirit sees everything. Oh my god. Spirit, he sees all, he knows all. As he doesn't get eyes on the extra gateway in the main, so he sees 3 gates. He sees 2 at the natural, he sees 1 in the main base. He barely didn't see the 4th gateway. Regardless, seeing 3 gates is enough to force a reaction, and we should be seeing some SimCity back at home and tank production as well. I will say that this SimCity is a little bit exposed here. It's very close to the edge of the main, which is a little bit concerning. Usually we throw down the production a little bit closer here towards the left-hand side instead, and that is a very fast 3rd CC. Spirit's being greedy. Spirit's being very greedy here, rushing to a 3rd CC. This does delay tank production. This does mean that Spirit, he's vulnerable. He's going to be vulnerable back at home. Moving out with a Mind Drop. Prism moves out. And And we'll see if Spirit can get some damage done before Creator gets across the map. Oh boy. Wouldn't mind drop his set. First tank has arrived. I mean, he is fully walling up, true. He's fully walling up this location. Will protect the CC. Double bunker at the Jesus. Double bunker at the natural. Take this very seriously. Wouldn't have arrived. But Creator, he pulls away in time. So far, defending well. Losing one probe so far. Losing one worker. Should be losing a second. And again, Creator, he's getting ready here for his dive. But these Widowmines, they bought time. They bought time, and now we have 2 tanks set up in the main. Now, there is still potential to get behind the main base and get within range of the gas geysers. Creator, he pokes in. Uh-oh. He wants the add-ons. He will take down the Tech Lab. The Tech Lab goes down. Tank Ball is going up, but now he wants Stim, and he's going to get it as well. Massive pickoffs again. This production was a little bit too exposed. Deny Stim, containing Spirit, but he will not break into the base. The tanks, they hold the line. They do hold the line. Stalkers, they're coming back in. Denying more add-ons, forcing back the production. Yeah, has to be forced. A couple of hexes to the left. There we go. As the SimCity is repositioning. But so far, good damage here by Creator. Nothing too great. It's like he's not doing any critical damage, I should say, but damage nonetheless. Stalkers get behind the mineral line. So Creator does rotate. Wedge dropping into the main. Catching the depot. Again, good pickups. In this kind of game state, it's all about Creator just containing the Terran and delaying the third base for as long as possible. It's all about delaying the third, taking his own. So Creator, he's expanding, getting his own third base. Storm is almost done. High Templar are massing. Charge on the way behind this. Catching up in chat, how do you know it would be Blink? Why not Glaive or Charge or DT? Glaives are not really an opener in this matchup. They're very niche and they don't really scale well, even in the early game. So when you scout something like a Twilight Council opener, you know immediately it shouldn't be Glaives. Like at this level of play, I should say. Charge, likewise, isn't really a thing either. There is an all-in that you can go for with Charge, but if you were to do so, there would be no gases at the natural. Like it's again just really unorthodox. It's just not really seen too often. So with the Twilight Council opener, you can at this level safely assume it's going to be Blink. Something that is slightly more common is Proxy DT. So you could see a Twilight Council opener Blink and then a Dark Shrine hidden across the map. That is something that we see a little bit more frequently, and that is something you have to be wary of. But even then, all you need is scans, right? And we have a safety turret anyway. Like safety turret, scans, and you'll be fine against that. So it is safer to make the assumption. Oh, meanwhile, nice catch. Gets one, gets 2 medevacs. 2 medevacs go down. Oh, massive storm here on top of the tanks. 1 tank does fall. Good engage here from Creator. As 1 Archon's going to be going down, and Creator, he's fighting out of range of the tanks. The Bio Army, oh my god, the storms are brutal. And the tanks are a little bit too far behind. Creator, he takes the fight. He shuts down Spirits. And he just ignores the tanks. He's like, you know what? You can keep this area to yourself. I'm just move in. I would just hit the third. And Spirit, he's out of position. Third base under fire. Reinforcements coming in. Oh, nice time with the Immortal. Another storm popping up. Prism goes down. Yeah, Creator overextending a little bit here, but he does get into the mineral line. And he dives on the tanks. He blinks in. He gets 1. Oh, he's going to get all 3. Barely nuts. He gets punished for it. Creator pulls away. He does plummet in supply. A nice trade here from Spirit. Again, the Mass Marauder. This Mass Marauder punished the Stalkers so heavily. But what about the economy? The economy down 23 SCVs, but still has a terrifying army, and he's pushing. He's moving out. And Creator, what does he have at him to defend? No shield battery. No shield battery. There's an Immortal, a couple of Zealots. It's not going to be an easy hold here for Creator. Again, he had a really strong start to the fight, but towards the end, he lost every single Stalker. That was 10 Stalkers going down. 3 Stalkers left. Hits the mineral line. Here comes the main push. And we're going for a Doom Drop. Doom Drop into the main base. Does drop in. Does drop into the mineral line. Probe's going to be going down. So far, Storm's popping up. And Celsa getting some of the Marauders. Storm's doing well enough here, and yeah, Creator's going to hold. He's going to shut this down, despite that losing 11 probes in the main. And Spirit, he's still in this. He's rallying towards the third base, and he's pulling Creator apart. Do we have any Storms left over? Shield battery gets depowered. Creator out of position. Nice Storm. Oh my god, he stands in the Storms. Does stand within it. And from here, he's collapsing in. But the Sim City, it's too good. Spirit, he's trading well. He's done it. He's broken the back here of a Creator. He might have one Storm left over. Not even. And even with the Storm, the Marauders, they hold their own. GG gets called, and a Spirit, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Spirit does take a lead. Again, Creator had a really strong start to the game, really strong start to the fight as well, where he was out positioning Spirit, he was killing workers, eviscerating the mineral line. The big misstep for Creator, though, if you remember, was when he dove with his Blink Stalkers. When he dove on those 3 unsieged tanks, he sniped 1 tank and he lost 10 Stalkers. If he had preserved those Stalkers, the point of that would be to contain, would be to keep, to maintain map control and to keep Spirit at home, to keep him pinned at his third base, at his natural. Because he lost all those Stalkers, counterattack. Spirit, he could counterattack, and there was nothing at home to defend. Spirit, he just snowballed then and there. GG. GG, well played, but a very, very tense game. Very close, very back and forth. Spirit takes the lead. Spirit does take a lead, and now we're jumping into game number 2. Let's go. I wonder if there's a guide to explain how to read information you get from scouting Protoss. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, like, there are certain tells that you can go for, but at the same time, like, metagaming is definitely a thing, where there are certain things that you can just rule out because they're honestly never seen. So you can, like, the previous comment was talking about, like Charge or Glaive Adept Opener. That is almost never seen at the pro level, so you can just already kind of, like, write that off. Like, you see a Twilight Council, you assume Blink Stalkers, sort of thing. Which is why something like DTs can catch a player off guard. It was like, I think it was in November or December, we saw Geralt actually defeat Bjorn by doing that, where he faked Blink and he went DT and was able to catch Bjorn off guard. So that does happen. It does happen. Even for a player like Bjorn. But here we go, we're getting into our next game, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing himself, currently teamless, down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. It is Creator. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Terran player, the Red Terran, leading the series 1-0. It is Spirit. And Spirit, he does open up with the eBay block, hoping to force the unnatural natural. Creator, he has to pull the boys. And already a decent start here from Spirit, but Creator, he will not be forced to expand elsewhere. Whew. So for those that are curious, if Creator hadn't seen this ahead of time, then this eBay would have been up to 99% complete. There's a cancellation, and we would have forced Creator to expand at the 3rd location instead, which is very difficult to defend, very difficult to hold on to. Thankfully, Creator, he's able to pull the boys, shuts it down ahead of time, and can now freely take the natural. Natural is on the way. Spirit confirms, and back at home we have a Rax Expand economic opener out of Spirit. We can settle in. All in all here, it was a slightly better start for Spirit just because he did deny a lot of mining time. A lot of workers had to be pulled to deal with that eBay, so not a bad start for Spirit. From here though, we're settling in. In PvZ, I feel like you can see any variation from a Twilight Council. I would say yes for the most part to that, in the sense that it is more viable. Like, you can go Glaive Adepts, you can go into Fast Blink, you can go into... There are, like, charge-based all-ins, true. It is more viable to take up in many different directions. And 100% for that, then you do need to, like, check gases, check warp-ins as well. It's a bit of a different dynamic. Like if you're able to catch like warp ins and see what your opponent's reinforcing with, and that kind of like lead you in the right direction. For now though, we're diving into our TvP. So far, going to be a 1-1-1 standard follow-up, and this time instead of a Twilight Council, we have a Stargate opener out of Creator. Let's go. Okay, that was a very clutch game 1, but now we're getting into game 2. Stargate opener leads into typically Oracle or Phoenix. We'll see which one we embrace. Going to be a Phoenix opener here out of Creator. With this, he's going to gain map control. It's still on Spirit to confirm what exactly is going on. He has yet to confirm, yet to scout. Ooh, as I believe he did skip out his initial Reaper. Yeah, no Reaper. Going Marine first. Still reinforcing. A very aggressive opener here by Spirit. His goal here is to bust up the ramp. No shield battery. Only 3 adepts. Can he break through? Much more aggressive start here from Spirit. Does push in. Should take down 1 adept. But just the 1. Oh, yeah, gets a second. Not bad. 2 adepts go down, and Spirit, he will lose everything here, but Hellions don't scale well into a longer game anyway, and he's able to scout and confirm the Stargate play. Back at home, Cyclone production, Magfield accelerators. Oh my god, he's crazy. Are we crazy? Okay, cancels. Jesus, he hasn't completely lost his mind. I was like, are we gonna throw down a second factory? Cancels Magfield, thankfully, going for a Rex. But this initial Banshee opener gets scouted. Yeah, big moment here from Creator. He saw the researching tech lab. That should be a tell. That should be a sign that it is going to be Cloak. This is another kind of, this leads into what we mentioned earlier. Technically, this could have been, what's the other upgrade? Interference Matrix. Could have been Interference Matrix researching, but that is really not viable anymore. That's not in the meta, so you can make a safe assumption that was Cloak Banshee. As a result, observers are getting in position. You can see here he's getting ready for the Banshee at the natural. Again, because of how the meta has played out and because Raven openers with Interference Matrix have been nerfed over the course of the past year, they're just not really seen anymore. I say nerfed. I mean, the meta has just shifted in such a way where it was a lot more viable, a lot more powerful against Robo openers because Interference Matrix would just shut down Colossus so hard, and then you just commit to an all-in. That was back in like the Site Delta map pool, but not anymore. So the Observer's in position here for the Banshee. Phoenixes are moving out. And so far, there's only the 1 Banshee in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. I believe Spirit did cancel. Yes, Spirit, he canceled Cloak, and he did not make a second Banshee. So basically, Spirit, he respects Creator. Creator scouted, of course, is aware of what he saw, and Spirit, he just avoids it. He knows that there's no reason to move in, otherwise, Creator's just going to shut him down. Creator would just shut him down. Spirit is zoning away those Phoenixes. Behind this going Phoenix Colossus, a much more standard composition here, or much more old school, I should say. Going Phoenix Colossus. This is something that you don't really see too often anymore. More of a rare sight. I mean, in general, like, Phoenix openers as well are very out of fashion. Is considered to be a little bit more unsafe. But so far, Creator, he's maintaining himself. Spirit moves out. Establishing his 3rd base. And we're entering the mid-game. And again, this was a faster 3rd CC from Spirit. So far, looking solid economically. Building up his upgrades, soon to be active across the map. Getting to stim, combat shields, +1. Here we go. Oh. Spirit rotating over. Does rotate between the bases. Getting up to 3 Colossus. So far, Creator is keeping up with the rotations. Spirit looking for another way in. Up. As the armies do push it, we can see Creator now taking up, going for more splash damage. He has his Colossus now working towards Storm. Oof. We'll take a mind shot to the face. Aye. But Storm is on the horizon. We have +1 air attack on the way, and Creator, he's continuing Phoenix production. Let's go. Yeah, massing up Phoenixes here in between his bases, something you don't really see too often anymore. Okay, let's go. He has eyes on the main army. Creator headed for the middle line, no turrets in position. A little bit greedy here from Spirit. We'll bleed out 3 SCVs. Creator pulls away. And should barely get out. Whew. No losing a Phoenix. Very nicely done. Spirit likewise has been building up his own forces. Second starport is done, going into triple Viking production. It's a lot of Vikings. Once again, catching up the Phoenixes. Gets 1. Almost 2. Very nice Beagles here from Spirit. Creator, he rotates in. Oh, diving on the main army. And he does catch out most of these Marauders. The Colossus, they do just so much in the back line. And Creator, he shuts down the main force. Breaks through. And Spirit, unfortunately, the Vikings are all busy with the Phoenixes. Colossus, they just got so much free damage on the main army. Oh. Gonna be forced back though. Phoenix count gets reset. And no more Phoenixes. Limited anti-air as well. And the Vikings, they reign supreme. They shut down the first Colossus, the Prism as well. As we go here from Spirit. Stimming on 4, takes down another Colossus. And can he get the final one? Barely not. Whew. Final Colossus will survive. Again, Phoenix count was completely reset. That was a better trade for Spirit. As there's only 1 Colossus remaining. Oh no! Oh my god, so close. 1 more volley, he gets it! No more splash damage. Just Zealot Immortal. And the 1 Archon. Spirit trading well, kites back. Poison being pulled, does he have enough to hold on? And Creator breaking through the defensive line. More Zealots have arrived. It looks like it's just too much. Yeah, too much to handle. GG gets called. 21 SCVs go down. And Creator, he does break through. We'll tap the series 1-1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Spirit did well towards the end, sniping every single Colossus, but at a cost. If you remember, in the lead up to getting all those Colossi, the three Colossus were doing so much damage to the Bio army, taking down so many of those Marines. There was barely a standing army left there for Spirits, and in the end, the Colossus, they did their job. They did their job. Was enough to break through. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. We have a tied series. We're getting into game 3. We have it back and forth. That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted. There's no 3-0. Not here. Not in the final best of 5. And game 3 is going to be on Frostline. Interesting. One of the larger maps in the map pool. Just calming things down. One of the larger maps. Frostline is an interesting one just because it has very indefendable bases. I'm referring to the 3rd and 4th base. These bases, they're so difficult to hold on to, so difficult to defend, especially in a longer game state. Whoever has momentum, whoever has map control should be favored coming into this, but we'll see. We'll see who's going to be the initial aggressor here. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline, we have our South Korean Protoss player, our blue Protoss, representing himself, currently teamless. It is a Creator. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player, Berlin, Poland. Being forced into a tied series, going for the proxy. Let's go! It is Spirit. Let's go. As SCVs are moving out, and we are opening up with some proxy Raxes. Here we go. And we'll see if Creator scouts. We'll see if he does check the 3rd base location. As the Raxes are on the way. But now Creator, oh, he's checking. Let's go. No shot. He checks. He goes straight for the 3rd. And it looks like, no shot. And it looks like he will barely miss. I mean, he misses for now, but now with the rotation, he should confirm. There we go. He gets eyes on the Raxes, fully aware what's going on, and he will be able to shut this down. Whew. As the probe is already on that SCV. looking to delay, looking to disrupt. A second worker has arrived. Oh, a little bit of miscontrol. Some awkward micro here with the workers, though. But extra probes have arrived, and one SCV is going to be zoned away. And only one Rax will finish. Whew. Only one Rax. Another SCV gets sent out. Spirit, he's trying to commit. He's not backing off. As he is going to be forced back. Marine production has begun. Remember, gas is just now being taken. And this second Rax will complete. Will complete. Creator, he has to back off. Behind this for Zealots on the way. Cybercore in production. And we're turning this into Proxy Marauder, as we have that initial tech lab. Okay, Spirit, he's still in this. He can still try to pull this off, but the Zealot has arrived. The bunker should be denied. There's a cancel. There's a cancel on the bunker. Yo, shout out to Infinity in the chat. God, thank you so much for the gifted subs. To Mr. Dingleberry. Oh my god. Thank you. We appreciate the support in the chat. We appreciate it. It's thanks to support that we're able to do this on a regular basis, of course. I mean, we cast more often than any other caster out there in StarCraft. We have the quantity. We have a little bit of the quality. All the casting. As is our first broadcast of the day, we're going to be live in a couple of hours with Lily Cup thereafter. We'll get there. We'll talk about it. Until then, though, the Marauders have arrived. No concussive shell. Finishing up in a couple of seconds. Marines are going to be targeted down. Nice pick goes here from Creator. He gets 2. Takes down 2 Marines. Oh. Pulling back. Does fall back. Getting zone proxy across the map. I'm loving this. Creator going for a zone 1 base counterattack, setting up to 4 gateways. 3 gates at home, 1 gate across the map. So 1 base, 4 gate here from Creator. 1 base versus 1 base. Let's go. Spirit, he's racing back home. His production is going to be disrupted as he has no production here from the Raxes. He has no production at all, actually. And what you see is what you get. He's got, what, 4 Marines and 3 Marauders. And Creator will soon break out and will soon counterattack. He's just waiting for that proxy, as it is about to finish. And it's just a really awkward game. It was like a disrupted proxy Rax all in, now trying to expand and deviate out of this. Bunker will finish. And Creator, he checks scouts. He ensures that there is no more proxy. He's moving out across the map. How many Stalkers so far? 8. 8 Stalkers for Creator. And remember, he can warp in 4 units at a time. Stalkers are on the way. Ooh, Creator getting supply blocks. Ay. Now is not the time. It's a bit of a supply block. That's why we only saw 2 warp-ins, as he has no spare supply. Creator pushing in. Remember, there's that high ground bunker. Tank is on the way. And he has to break through. Boys are being pulled. Mass repair on the bunker. And with that tank, I don't think Spirit can be broken. I'll be honest. Yeah, Creator is forced out. It's hitting too late. So the tank has arrived. Oof. Massive shot going off. Takes down 1 Stalker, takes down 2. Creator trying to force his way in, but he's going to lose everything here. Massive shots going off. And Spirit, he will not be broken. And Creator, he just overcommitted. He overcommitted. Now he's expanding. It's a late expansion. And now Spirit up to 2 tanks. Now building up to 2 tanks. Once again trying to break his way through. The boys are pulled here to repair. And they hold the line. Tank voice once again on the Stalkers. And Creator is losing everything. Yeah, he's just going to lose everything here. GG gets caught, and Spirit, he survives the all-in. And Spirit takes the lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Creator, he did deflect. He did survive the initial proxy from Spirit. He turned it into his own counter one base all in, but again, it took a little bit too long to really get going. Once Spirit got that first tank up and running, he was safe. He was safe. He was secure. There was no way for Creator to really break through. If he had maybe rushed up the ramp and somehow gotten on top of that first tank, then maybe could have pulled it off, but alas, GG. GG, well played. Spirit, he defends. He survives. And now Spirit is one game away from claiming the entire series. One game is all he needs. And here we go. We're loading into Amygdala. Let's go. Let us go. 4K probably can break this. If there wasn't a tank, then I do believe so. But again, like, it wasn't just a tank. To be fair, right? It was a tank. It was the Sim City. It was a full wall. Every time the Stalkers tried to push up, we had plenty of boys being pulled to repair. And once we got the second tank, I mean, it was over. It was over then and there. But here we go. We're getting into our next game and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amygdala. We have the blue Protoss player. The blue Protoss down in the series 1-2. We'll see if we can bring it back to the ace match. The pressure is on. It is Creator. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Terran player. The red Terran from Lander Poland's one game away from advancing on and from knocking Creator out of the tournament. It is Spirit. Seems like Creator could have denied the natural for a while. I agree. I think another factor that we spoke about, but we kind of glossed over towards the end. Remember, Creator got supply blocked? Like, that's another factor, right? Like, because the supply block, he had less Stalkers, which also delayed the push up the ramp as well. Given those precious seconds and given extra Stalkers at the time, could that have been enough to break the main base? It's possible. It's possible. I'd have to check when it was the tank arrived. If he was able to hit before the tank arrived, then I think he could have broken through. But yeah, it was a bit of a messy execution of the counter 4-gate like all in 4-gate blink. I keep saying blink, goddammit. Just 4-gate. There was no blink. But yeah, there's a lot that came into play there. Regardless, GG. GG, well played. With that, Spirit going for an economic opener. Racks into expand. And again, Spirit just needs the one more game here to claim that win. Pressure is on. Cybercore is finishing up. We'll soon get into our tech of choice. We've already seen Creator go for both. We've seen Blink base play. We've seen Stargate into Phoenix. We saw that on Ultra level, of course. We saw Blink on ley lines. I still think that Creator was in a really good position on ley lines as well. Just just misjudging kind of how vulnerable his opponent was. Here we go. Thank you for you do. Oh, thank you, Peanut Butter Jesus. Thank you. Thank you. Always, always. Gracias, gracias. Do appreciate it. So there's going to be a Twilight Council opener. Okay. Have our tech. Twilight Council into Blink. The question becomes, how many gateways? Are we going to see 2-gate Blink, 3-gate Blink, or 4-gate Blink Stalker? As a reminder, in Game 1, it was 4-gate Blink, just hyper aggression and Creator. He was able to pick up some key add-ons. He was able to delay tank production. He was able to deny stim. But he might calm things down now that he's on match point. We could see something more macro-oriented instead, something more economic. As a Blink is on the way. And again, the question really is going to be how many gateways and how aggressive in the follow-up. So Creator pulls back. Second gateway gets thrown down alongside the Robo. Does get that second gate. Spirit getting to his usual 1-1-1. Does have the Widowmine, so he's getting ready here for a drop across the map. And again, this Widowmine drop is really designed to scout. It's not really... Oh, never mind. I was going to say it isn't really designed to get damage done, but it's not just a Widowmine. He's going with the Marines as well. Yeah, much more committed. Widowmine Marine drop. This is designed to get economic damage. Ideally, the Widowmine wants to zone away the Stalkers, and the Marines, they focus on as many probes as they can. So much more committed here by Spirit. Creator back at home, 3 gate. He's getting up to 3 gateways. Trying to be safe. Shield batteries are on the way. 1 at the natural, 1 in the main. Medevac does unload. Creator, it is within vision. Does respond. Tries to respond in time. Oh! I'll pick up. He's ready for this. Mine shot does get connected. It does connect with 1 probe. Likewise, Hellion is in the mineral line. Probes are going down. And Spirit is getting quite a bit done here so far. 5 probe kills. 5 probes, and he does escape, does get away. Hellions are cleaned up. But so far, good damage by Spirit. He lost 2 Hellions and 2 Marines for 5 probes. Nice damage so far. He's not done. Liberator moves out, and Creator takes both gases. He takes both gases before expanding. What is he going for? He's going for earlier tech. That's a Forge and a Bay into Colossus production. Before the 3rd base. So with this just really safe play here by Creator, building up towards that first Colossus. Meanwhile, Spirit just going for his 3rd CC. Liberator Siege is up. Nothing in position. Late reaction. Creator is otherwise distracted. Probes aren't going down. 3, 4, up to 5 probe kills. 6 probe kills. Oh no. Yeah, 6 workers go down. Likewise, we get a full scout as well. He sees the gases, sees the Bay, and the Forge. Spirit, he sees everything. Back at home, just gearing up. Getting to his reactor. Tank production building up as well. And so far, Spirit is in a better position. He is in a better position here. There's some great economic damage from here, getting to a 3rd base, into his bio. Now he knows to eventually prioritize Viking production as well. He knows it's not going to be Storm, for example. It's going to be Colossus. As the first Colossus is popping out. And again, this would keep Creator safe against something like a bio-heavy composition or a bio-heavy push early on. But Spirit, he already knows that there's going to be Colossus. He knows what his opponent has. Scans, he confirms saturation. Taking his own 3rd. And we'll see if he can break out. Oh! As he does try to sneak up on the army. Likewise, auto harassing the natural, or the 3rd. Tank is in position. Raven is in between the bases. So far, we're settling it. Calming things down. This also tells a Spirit that, of course, there's no aggression coming his way upon seeing all the tech. He knows he's safe. He knows that he could have broken out earlier. Usually, a Terran player would wait until Stim before they expand, but Spirit could be greedy here. Like, he knew that he could get away with it. And now we see Creator taking up even further. We have the Temple Archives on the way. That's going to be for Archons, for Storm. But here comes the first push. And it is spotted by the Observer. Creator, he sees it coming. It's on Creator to slow it down. As the upgrades are lined up. It's going to be 4 tanks with the Chiefs. It's going to be 4 tanks with this army. It's terrifying. Oh, nice force field. Slows down one of the tanks. First tank does go down. No shot. Does get it. Whew. Towards the end. Takes down the tank for a Stalker. Not a bad trade for Creator. He gets 1. Behind this, 4 CCs on the way. Spirit, he has begun Viking production. And Ghost Academy is just now finishing up as well. He does him in. He wants a Colossus and he gets it. Oh, barely not. Colossus survives on barely any HP. Creator, he's holding on, takes down the tanks. Gets 1, gets 2, and he's going to get all 3. Oh my god. Yeah, Creator, he does hold on. Barely doesn't get the medevac, but does survive. Cleans up the army. Going for his own counterattack. War Prism into the main. Now, Creator did lose 2 Colossus in that fight, but he's got a second Robo on the way. Trying to build up and working towards Colossus and Disruptors. With the Templar Archives, I assumed it was going to be Storm, but no, it's just Archons. Just Archons into a more Robo-heavy composition. For the time being. As Creator is getting his own 4th base up and running. This also shows just the size of the map coming into play as well. Amygdala, it's a very large map, long rush distance by ground, and despite the fight going one way or another, the bases are left untouched. Creator, he doesn't keep pushing towards the 3rd or the 4th. He knows they didn't quite have enough momentum to keep going. It'll take too long. And there it is. Now we see Storm on the way. Getting into all forms of splash damage. Meanwhile, Spirit, he's going for the gold. And this is a very risky maneuver here from Spirit, as it is a very exposed base. If Creator gains map control, he can just deny mining here from the other side of the wall. With Colossus, with anything. That's a Stargate. Okay. We're taking up. Disruptors on the way, as we mentioned, but now into Stargate, into a Dark Shrine. I'm curious if Creator, he wants to head towards the late game and start working towards Sky Toss. Or even just a Mothership, just as a supportive unit. We'll see. We'll see if he does go for the Fleet Beacon. Now the main base is getting a little bit messy. But building up his gateways. Spirit so far is getting away with that gold. Creator, he has scouted. He is aware. He's going for it. Remember, he has Storm. Has Storm available as Creator distracts here on the front lines. Here comes the drop. Drop into the main. SCV's going down. Massive Storm in the mineral line. 13 SCVs in the blink of an eye. But Spirit, he defends the main. Shuts down the drop. That's still 13 SCVs falling. And this is all that Creator has to do. Just poking in every now and then. Drop a Storm. Now they're pulling back. And there it is, a Fleet Beacon. So Creator, he is trying to rush into Sky Toss. Bold move. He needs time. He needs time to get there. Into Tempest, into Carrier. Towards that ideal late game composition. He has his own gold, true. His own gold base is up and running. And we'll see if Creator can get away with it. So for now, both armies are maxing out. Both armies are reaching 200 supply. Spirit likewise also taking up into a fusion core, into Liberator range. So Viking into Lib. Scans, spots the expansion. Carrier production has begun. And Spirit, he's yet to scout. Figure out what's going on. Oh. Spirit, just securing himself, throwing down turrets, bunkers, sensor towers, securing his 4 base economy, which is solid. But if he knew what was coming, what should we see? More starports. We should be seeing more starports. Getting ready for a greater Viking army. As Creator, he's making 2 carriers at a time. Sorry, 3 carriers at a time. The scan! He sees. He knows. Whew. There it is. Second starport. Sorry, second starport is done. Third starport is on the way. Is in production. And we're focusing on ship weapons. On ship upgrades. So big member of Spirit. Now he knows. He knows what's going on. Nice spread. Avoids the Novas. Leaves out a couple of Marauders. But the southern base is going to go down. Creator, he has to back off. He cannot contest this. Likewise, a drop towards the top side. Cannons are done. But the army does unload. Takes down the first cannon. DTs warp in to defend. No scan. No scan yet. Takes down 2 disruptors. Spirit trying to pull Creator apart. EMP doesn't quite connect with the High Templar, but no Storm. Creator, he defends the northern base. And he's massing up more carrier. Behind this, we're making 5 Vikings at a time. Again, Spirit, he needs as much anti-air as possible. And it's so important that he was able to scout earlier. So now this will no longer be a surprise. It's not a surprise. Nuke, let's go! Going for the nukes! Nuke is on the way. Spirit, he rotates over towards the top base. The cannons were not replaced. They were not replenished. This base is exposed. DT's a scout. They spot the rotation. Creator, he responds with his own counterattack instead. He's like, you know what? You can take top left. I'm going for bottom right. So we're going for a pseudo base trade. Creator, he can always recall. He can always recall back home. There's nothing at home to defend. And Spirit, do we commit? Yeah, he's committing. He's stepping in. Let's go. Planetary's going to go down. Novas go up. Oh, massive connections. Vikings are trying to hold on back at home. We have the mass Viking building up. Spirit takes down top left, taking down center left as well. 2 bases falling. Snipes a High Templar, full of energy. Here comes that Sky Toss. Does move in. 3 carriers already going to... No shot. Took down 3 carriers. Already. There's 4 carriers left. Spirit keeps going for the gold. Gold bases are falling. Still making 6 Vikings at a time. And this Sky Toss army is not long for this world. Yeah, Spirit, he's got this. There's the recall. Depowers the Robos even. Oh my god. Master Storm's popping up. Spirit has to retreat. A bit of friendly fire there at a Creator. And Spirit, he races back. And behind this, what do we have? Creator, he's double expanding. Spirit, he's on a 1-base economy. Uh-oh. Spirit doesn't have much left over either. Doesn't have a bank. Creator supply blocks. But Creator's got 3 Colossus. This time he has a supportive army. 3 Colossus, 2 Disruptors, has a Storm. It's not easy to engage into. Spirit retaking that southern base. Planetary's up and running. DT waddles in. Spirit is the first to remax. And I'll be honest, all Spirit has to do here is deny the bases. Deny these southern expansions. If he can contain the Protoss, then Creator won't be able to sustain his losses. For now though, we're both building up. Spirit, he sees the bases. Creator going for the gold. Vikings, will they ever extend? 1 Viking goes down for a Colossus. Not bad. Gets a Colossus, nuke towards the south. Let's go. He's going for the nukes. Creator, he notices. He does notice. Vikings are sharking for those carriers. He gets 1. Oh, gets 2. Massive pickups. How many Vikings does he have? 25. 25 Vikings. Nuke connects. Doesn't really kill many pros, but the Ghost does. Oh, Vikings, they spot the reinforcements. He sees what he wants. Oh, takes down a Colossus. Nova's going off though. The ground army does break through. Yeah, Nova's able to connect. Vikings, they shut down the Colossus eventually. But the ground army is struggling here for the Terran. Yeah, the Bio army is plummeting. Vikings, they leave the Colossus alone a little bit too long. And finally they will focus them down. But it might just be too late. Creator, he breaks through. He breaks through. Yeah, Spirit, he wasn't really target firing. He did focus on the carriers first instead of the Colossus. And with that, Creator, he can reinforce, he can warp in. And Spirit, he has the high ground. But there's still Colossus left over. Yeah, Creator forcing the issue. He does take the supply lead. Do we force the ace match? The boys are being pulled. Nice EMP. Nice EMP. Viking doing what he can. Trying to get on top of the Colossus. Oh, does trade well, but that's 40. Sorry, the 34 SCVs going down. That's just so much economic damage. And Creator, he has an economy. He has 2 bases up and running. He has them saturated. Spirit. Floating over, taking more bases, trying to sustain himself. Still very close. As now Sky Toss isn't a factor. There is no Sky Toss. There are 2 Colossus, 11 Stalkers. Now, Spirit has a lot of dive potential. If the Colossus are exposed, he can just stim in. Speaking of the Vikings, they get some free damage. Oh, nice EMP. EMP pops off, does stim in. First Colossus, it's gonna go down. Oh, hot pickup though. Barely does save the Colossus for a little bit longer. Yeah, Marines are going down. The micro, oh my god. Saves the Colossus for as long as he can. But finally they're gonna go down, and Spirit, he breaks the main army. No shot, he takes down the Colossus, takes down the Prism. Only Stalkers left over and 1 more reinforcing Colossus. Oh my god. Can he hold on? He can. Jesus, and Spirit, he's stuck with medevacs. Like, medevacs are only left over. That's all he has left. Forced to pick up, forced to evacuate. He did kill the expansion though. Did take down the base. Down to 4 Marauders. 1 more volley though is all he needs to bring down the Colossus. He's so close. Up. Leaves out a Marauder. Every Marauder counts. Colossus has to be careful though. Playing with fire. Creator pushing in. Still rattling across the map. He's on a 1 base economy. No gas though. Uh-oh. Just minerals. Barely any gas income here for Creator. Does move in, catches a medevac. Getting into the mineral line, forcing Spirit away. Spirit, he's going for the base trade. He's going for the gold. He scans, he's looking for bases. Looking for an economy. The Colossus finally goes down. Massive pickup. But there's also busting in. They charge on forward. Vikings forced to land. Oh, yeah, they're going to be surrounded though. Vikings going down one after the other. Zalsa trades so well here. Stalkers diving into the main. At the same time though, the mineral line gets caught out. And GG gets called. He gets broken, and Spirit, he will take the series 3-1. Gets into the mineral line, and he will eliminate Creator from the tournament. GG. Oh my god. Spirit. He gets across the map, cripples the economy, nothing left for Creator. And again, of course, he had no Colossus, only a handful of Stalkers. GG. Spirit, he will take the series and does advance on. Congratulations here. Congratulations to Spirit. A very intense back and forth, whether it was game 1 or here in game 4 as well. I mean, personally, I was hoping for an ace match. I was hoping for a longer, or the final game here, but last, Spirit does take it. Very close game. Very close series. GG. GG. Again, the wild move of Spirit to just avoid the main army, snuck out across the map, got into the mineral line. Very well done. Very well done. Sick ending, Patty. Sick ending. And again, Creator as well, for him to have preserved his Colossus. Like, there was some crazy Warp Prism micro saving the Colossus towards the end as well. In the bottom right hand fight. Traded as efficiently as possible. Definitely some slip ups from Spirit, if you remember. Like, it was a big moment when he was focusing on the carriers and he just allowed the quadruple Colossus just rain down on the bio army. It was very close. Very close, but GG, well played. And with that does wrap up our broadcast for the day. Does wrap us up here as we switch our scenes over and catch up on our matches here tonight on what we covered. Bam, here we go. Nightmare took down Arrow Fire, Mana took down Night Phoenix, Solar and Spirit also took down Nickrat and Creator respectively. Again, we saved the best for last. Spirit versus Creator was very close. I mean, didn't quite go to the ace match, but regardless, really close games within that series. Do recommend the VODs. Likewise, Nightmare versus Arrowfire as well did stand out. We had a very fun, chaotic PvP between Mana and Night Phoenix, and Solar versus Nickrat as well. A lot of fun. GG. GG, well played. It was a lot of fun. This was the lower bracket round 3. And let's catch up on the rest of the bracket here. Let's give us some greater context as to what's been going on. Again, it's a very large bracket. Bam. A lot to get into. Okay. Let's see if we can catch up from the top. So this is the upper bracket. The upper bracket is what we covered yesterday. We did cover Hero versus Skilless, MaxPax versus Cure. All those upper bracket matches were covered last night. But we're focusing here on the lower bracket. We just wrapped up the series, and next week we're going to be catching up on lower bracket round 4. So Solo took down Nickrat, and now he faces off against Shin in that lower bracket. Mana took down Night Phoenix, going up against Christiana. Ooh, a bit of a nation war there. We do have some Polish on Polish action between Christiana and Mana. Best of luck. Spirit takes down Creator. He advances on to face off against Cure in the next round in a TvT, and Nightmare takes down Arcfire to face off against Skilless in a PvP. I just realized. Pure mirror matchups. Jesus. Purely mirror matchups in the lower bracket round 4. ZVZ, PvP, TvT, and another PvP at the end. So purely mirror matchups down here to get into those later rounds. When it comes to the upper brackets, can I scroll over? Hold on. I can't. Oh, there we go. We can scroll. It's a little bit scuffed. We got there. Okay, over on the right-hand side, you can see here we have Hero versus MaxPax. Hero versus MaxPax going to be taking place in the upper bracket round 4, and we have Geralt versus Clem also taking place in the upper bracket round 4 as well. Bjorn and Dark are also in this tournament. They have not played at all. They've been seeded very far into the event. This is because of how well they performed throughout the course of the year. So they got some very high seeds in this tournament. So Bjorn and Dark, they're still waiting for their opponents, but we have Hero, MaxPax, Geralt, and Clem facing off to get ready for them. Oh boy. And again, these are the matches that we're going to be covering next week. For those that are curious, these events, they are covered by replays. The players that play their matches ahead of time, and then they submit the replays, and wherever we are able to cover them. I believe Wardy has also been covering them as well. I believe Wardy was covering them initially, and we are catching up on these matches as well. So we're catching up on OSC Season 12. And there's a lot to get into. as you can see, there's a lot of matches, a lot to get into. It's a very big event, and all of these are best of 5s as well. They're purely best of 5s. A lot of StarCraft. Otherwise, GG well played. Hope you'll enjoy yourselves. And again, the next time you see this event, we're going to be going over the lower bracket round 4. And again, that's going to be next week. But when it comes to other matches happening here on the CranKy Ducklings, bam, we have our weekly schedule ready for you. You can see here we're here on Thursday. We just wrapped up our initial morning broadcast at 9 p.m. KST. That is going to be in 9 hours. In 9 hours time, we're going to be live with Little League Cup number 36, day 1. Day 1 of Little League Cup. That is going to be later on tonight. Unfortunately, we won't be able to cast day 2. That is going to be a live broadcast, by the way, of Little League Cup. But day 2 is actually going to be on Friday, in 24 hours after that event. And as you can see, we already had another event scheduled. So the organizers of Little League Cup, they reached out. They're like, "Yo, we need an English cast. Do you want to cover it? Do you want to cover both days?" I'm like, unfortunately, we already committed. We already committed to OSC King of the Hill, so we're only covering day 1. I don't know if they're going to have another English cast for day 2. I would hope that they do bring someone else on board, like a Wardy or a Rotterdam or someone. So hopefully they're able to get someone for day 2, but we are going to be casting day 1. We will be covering day 2 via replays at a later date. At a later date, we're going to be catching up with day number 2 via replays, but for day 1, we're going to be covering it live here on the channel. Again in 9 hours. If you're curious who's going to be playing in the League Cup and what exactly is that event, it's an invitational. It's an invitational tournament, and it is Little League Cup. Sorry, I think I said 36. It's going to be number 34, and we're going to be featuring players like Solar, Zaun, Gumiho, Classic, Shin, Cure, Bjorn, and Rogue. Oh my god, it's going to be a very intense broadcast, a very intense tournament. Actually, I can just show you. Hold on. We have the technology. There we go. There we go. So this is Little League Cup later on tonight. So again, best of threes. We have best of threes between Zan, Solar, Gumiho, Classic, Shin, Cure, and Beyond and Rogue. A pretty, again, a very intense tournament here. Day 1 is going to be the quarterfinals. Day 2 is going to be the semis and the grand final. So again, 2-day event, 2 days here of StarCraft. We are only casting Day 1 live. Day 2 will be casting via replays, and I'm hoping that they have someone else cover it live. I know that it's going to be casted by Rex in his own native language. I think they have Rex and some of the other language casters as well. But yeah, that's going to be later tonight. Later tonight, Little League Cup. Otherwise, bam, tomorrow we're going to be live with Thermal's 2v2 tournament. Again, we did admin, we did work behind the scenes on that tournament over the weekend, and we were given the replays, and we're going to be going over those matches live, I guess the replays live, Friday morning. That's going to be tomorrow in under 24 hours. We then have the OSC King of the Hill. This is a special edition of OSC King of the Hill as well. So there's a reason why, you know, we committed, and we're not gonna abandon OSC. We're not gonna abandon that tournament for Little League Cup. The reason for it, this is the 200th edition of OSC King of the Hill, and originally we were only gonna cast half of it. It's gonna be 30 best of ones, 30 best of ones King of the Hill format. We were only gonna cast 15 of them and then hand it over to another caster like Chicken Man or Steadfast or Wardy. But we were notified that the original second caster is now unavailable. They're now unavailable. So Eddie's like, yo, do you want to do the whole thing? And we're like, okay, sure. So the entirety of OSC King of the Hill, we're going to be covering it here on the channel. Again, that's going to be 30 best of ones. It's going to be an intense broadcast. We'll make it. We'll get through it. We'll get through it together, Pat. We'll get through it together. On Saturday, we have KSL. That's going to be KSL on Saturday. That's going to be the Korean StarCraft League. Going to be a lot of fun. That is the Valentine's Day edition. That is KSL number 69. So if you want to spend Valentine's Day with us, if you want to 69 it up for KSL, then we got you covered on Saturday. We also have a Fire Grow Cup. That's a 2-day event. That's going to be at midnight. It's going to be Saturday/Sunday, midnight, 2 days straight here of Fire Grow Cup action. That is a CIS tournament, so that's going to be a lot of fun as well. And then we have Sparkling Junior Cup on Sunday, so plenty of StarCraft, plenty of content throughout the weekend, throughout the week. I do have to find a place for Little League Cup Day 2 for the replay cast, so I'll be going over our calendar, and I'll try to find it as like a free day where we can get another cast in. But our schedule's really stacked, and I would like to sleep at some point. I would like to get some sleep in. I'd like to get some food in as well. So yeah, as always, we have a really busy schedule here. Again, we cast more StarCraft than anyone else out there. So we got the quantity, and we have a little bit of the quality as well. And thank you so much to Blakeadoos. God, thank you so much for the bits. We do appreciate the support. 100 bits in the chat. Thank you. 30 best of ones, papi. 30 best of ones. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. How many hours is a live cast? Sorry, I just moved across the country and time doesn't exist in my mind. Oh no. Typically a broadcast is around 4 to 5 hours. I mean, hey, this cast was 3 hours and 40 minutes, so around 4 to 5 hours. But if you're curious, when is Little League Cup? That should be in 8.5 hours from this message, I believe. Yeah. So 8.5 hours from this message is 9 p.m. KST. So that's Little League Cup. And that's usually when we do host those events, like around 9 p.m. KST. So again, in 8.5 hours, that's usually when we have OSC King of the Hill, the Podcast, Wardy TV Monday. It's all like around that time. We do kind of spread out our events like 12 hours from each other. We usually have one cast that is a little bit more friendly to the European region, and one cast that's a little bit more friendly towards the NA region. So we try to have 2 casts a day, every single day for everyone. Globally, I mean. Everyone globally, Pat. Let's go. So that's typically how we try to spread things out. But yeah, otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We do appreciate it. Our calendar here, we'll find a day to put in the League Cup. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We'll see you guys in 8.5 hours, or we'll see you tomorrow. You know, whenever you're available. If you can't watch us live, check out the VODs, papi. As always, check out the VODs over on our YouTube. !socials in the chat. You get a link to our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord. We have a TikTok, we have a Blue Sky, we have a Mastodon, all things CranKy Ducklings. We upload to YouTube on a daily basis. And on top of that, we also have our podcast. We have a talk show where we go over all of the events. We actually recently started posting tournament results as well. Hold on. Did recently start posting tournament results. Basically, not a lot of people tune into the podcast, but it's our weekly wrap-up show, and to make it a little bit more digestible, now we're going to be posting the week's results on Reddit, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube as well, just to help people keep up and catch up. For people that don't watch tournaments live, they're able to keep up on that weekly wrap-up, if you will. So yeah, we're going to be starting to post that on a more regular basis on all of the platforms, so we got you covered there as well. All the StarCraft. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Otherwise, just because we cast everything anyway, so may as well post about everything as well. So with that, thanks for watching, thanks for the support. We'll see you guys next time here on the CranKy Ducklings. Otherwise, you can also support us via Patreon. Our Patreon is set up to fund our tournaments on a regular basis. Events like Sparkling Tuna Cup, Sea Duckling Open, and Massive Storm Open as well. So if you want to help support the StarCraft community and the StarCraft scene, you can do so via Patreon. So thank you so much for the support, and we'll see you guys next time. Until then, I'm going to go get some food, I'm going to go get some sleep, and we'll be back for some more StarCraft. See you next time. Hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego.